We're live. We're live and live and live. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm messing with the microphone, the headset. God, it's all gonna be crazy. Figure I would use this. I don't know why, but according to my phone, we just went live because I just got the notification. So cool. Hey, good morning. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It's just turning 6 o'clock here. Want to like it? I think Bubble wants to be in the show again. She's always there. See, there's the tail. There's the tail. She's like, yeah. Anyway, good morning. I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and we're here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical sense. Find ways to get value to the customer. Not working so hard, not working 60, 80 hours a week, and have a little fun along the way with Scrum and Agile and do some projects. So yesterday we did a late afternoon show. One, because I'm still getting over my computer hard drive crashing on my laptop, which I do the show. And like I kind of mentioned yesterday, but we had a whole crew here, the whole gang, even the cat came into the show yesterday. She's like, everybody else on the show, I want to be on the show too. He's like, yeah, you gotta love these personalities here. Light bulbs. Anyway, what are we gonna talk about today? So today I'm going to do the Fortune Cookie Friday. Ooh, Fortune Cookie Friday. That we kind of did one yesterday too. It's funny though. I had the kids. They were here and they found my fortune cookie stash. I left and go to the rest of the part of the house. I find like 4 cookie wrappers. They attacked the cookie stash. So I might have to go to the store and buy some more later. So I want to talk about meetings, documentation, and things like that. I do have some interesting things. I got some postcards I got in the mail that I'll open one or two for the museum here on the show. It's kind of old style documentation. Why not reach back, right? I got some postcards from about 1905. No, it should be 1910. They're supposed to be postmarked. We'll see. We'll do an opening on this show with it. And talk about meetings and documentation a little bit. Had a real big debate the other day on, I don't know why I'm looking that way, but I'm looking right at you guys. I had a debate on meetings. And the other day we scheduled some meetings and I had plans to go out to Allentown, which is not too far from here, because we were going to go get a 100-year-old lamp from a caboose. It was a kerosene lamp. It's for the museum. Anyway, we were going to look at some antique shops along the way and see if there's anything we could find, any good finds out there that we could use for the museum. So yesterday morning, we were like, okay, we're going to have this meeting. And it was scheduled for like 3 p.m. Like, okay. Then they said they couldn't have it. Because my plan was, I was talking to the Scrum Master. I was like, okay, I'll write the meeting down. I'll call from the road, even if I'm like in the car or whatever, and we'll call and we'll talk about whatever the issue is. So I get a call at 3 p.m. Well, actually, at 3 p.m. we said, but then the people that were going to be there said they couldn't be there at 3 p.m. and they wanted to do Friday. So I'm like, okay, cool, even better for me, because then I don't have to worry about it. We'll meet tomorrow. We'll be good to go. Get a call. We're meeting now. How do people function? I mean, there's Agile in the world and there's dysfunction, right? Saying you're going to meet tomorrow, and then moving up today and moving around and try to get people to attend the meetings kind of shows where you're at as a group. Just stick with what you plan, and I find this as a little chaos, right? And people think it's Agile. No, I said it's more chaos. When you plan the date, go do it the date. Don't be moving things around and then scrambling and spend all this extra energy in getting everybody there. If you would just plan it and just do it when you wanted to do it, stick with what you say, like a commitment, then you're not spending all this extra energy. But they spend all this energy doing all this stuff. And I watch other teams spending all this time in meetings and debriefings and what's the status. And I hear these magical words coming out of people's mouths like, well, what's your update? Is the story done yet, or what's going on? And I had to go in an argument the other day. This is part of the same meeting where someone was asked, well, we put a start date and a due date. And said, no, we don't. It's called the sprint. When the work gets done, it's committed to be done in the sprint. There's no due date in the middle of the sprint. You don't need to microanalyze what goes on the sprint. It's 2 freaking weeks. It'll be done in 2 weeks. If you commit to it, theoretically, it'll be done in 2 weeks, depending on how well you do your commitments to your completion, right? And every team's different, but I'm trying to teach them all to maintain their commitments. So at least we know as far as what you commit to in those 2 weeks you get done. So it's just interesting how the meetings, people just don't know how to do it. And they wonder why their schedules are all screwed up. Applies to anything. Applies to waterfall, applies to work, applies to everything. If you pick a date, just stick with the date and go with what you got. Now, my other thing I wanted to talk to was documentation, because one of the things, just trying to teach people how to use these systems in the comment sections. They have all these verbal conversations on stuff. I'm like, just write the stuff in the comment section in your system, whether it be Azure or VST or whatever you're using, Jira version 1. Put it in there. And they wonder why they have to repeat themselves so many times, because you're not writing anything down. Anyway, so I got some old documentation. This should be a postcard. Let's see. How do I open this? I think I have to peel it. So this is like a big opening, right? Oh, it's got a little cover. See? It's kind of hard. All right, cool. So this little card is a postcard. And the reason why I got it is because it's got the little steam engine in it. So I want to get some postcard. And I thought it would be interesting in the museum to show some postcards from as far back as I can go. But what I think is really cool is the documentation on the back side. What I really want to do, and actually this stamp's actually worth some money too. The stamp itself is worth some money. But what I thought would be interesting is when we do the museum, I'm going to scan the front and I'm going to scan the back. What I really like to do is read what people wrote to each other back, and this was 1909. So that's a good, 111 years ago? So this postcard itself is 111 years old. It's pretty cool, huh? So you get to read like here. Am in Philly, will be, I guess, house or home. Later part of the week, I saw my friend Mr. Graybill in Baltimore, Newton. And it goes, Miss N.S. Graybill, Richfield, PA, Union Square. But I just thought it was interesting, this 1909. Let me see another one. So this is the cool thing about documentation. Some parts of documentation is fun, right? Other parts not so fun. But I figure I'd just share this with you, just why people want to look at documentation in the future, but what's real valuable with documentation, right? Notes between your friends. So I'm opening another one. I'm going to save another one for sure for the thing. So this one I thought was neat. This was the old elevated train system they had here on, can I see it? The old elevated train system they had here. I hope that sticker's on the outside. Cool. Right here at the docks here in Philadelphia. And it's from 1911. That's pretty cool, huh? So what is that? 109 years old. So this document right here is 109 years old. It's pretty cool. It's not worth a lot of money, a couple bucks. I didn't spend a fortune on it. I think I spent like $4, but it's just cool. And it has like the Philadelphia postmark on it. It's got the stamp. It's got where it's going. Got a little note. And again, I'm going to take this documentation, scan both sides, scan that side, and put that in the museum so people can look at what people were talking about during the age of steam, because I think that's fascinating. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. But I wanted to show some good documentation for a change that that's fun, right? Because we always talk about document that, document this, and I wanted to share with you all something that was fun from a documentation point of view. Maybe that's not so agile, but it is neat. So sometimes it's good to save some documentation. Like if you do some historical stuff with your project, save some, because people want to read what was going on, what was happening during the event. Anyway, all right. With that, we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. I know we did a show yesterday, but we're going to do it today. But that was because we had Olivia, one of our greatest fans, here on the show. They all wanted to do a show last night, so we did one. All right. So I got our Fortune Cookie that's been sealed by Agile accountants. And inside this Fortune Cookie is some message that we are to read and apply to Agile Scrum or the show, what we do. So here we go. It's out. It is out. And it says, you know what? This is the one thing I don't like about this box. I think I get repeats. And I know we did this one before. In the new year, staying at home may get some little fun with the family. In the new year, staying at home may get some little fun with the family. And I would agree. I mean, it goes to our message we have here. I think I've said that before. Where staying home may get some little fun with the family. And I'm big on not necessarily having the plan. Like, if you got it, you can. But sometimes just having a day off with the family or take some time off for yourself to do something like yesterday. I went out and did the, I guess it applies. I guess it's new. Went to Allentown and picked up that lamp and did check some antique shops for the museum. Sometimes you need to take a break and walk away and just de-stress. Everybody else is working, all the time. And I heard one guy, I was talking to somebody, they were working 18 hours a day. I said, well, they're going to pop. And guess what? They did pop, by the way. I told him, I said, 18 hours a day. I said, the guy's going to blow it. And he did. And he did blow it. And it wasn't with somebody else I knew. And I could have predicted that, right? I don't know why. If everything's so screwed up that you're working 18-hour days, it's time to stop and take a second thought and look at what you're doing. But you need to take some time off just to regroup some thoughts. I had my computer blow up the other day. I'm like, I'm good with it. We're going to go out because I can't do it. Too much stuff going on. And that happens all the time. But sometimes you need to take some time off. So I hope with the show, I hope with Scrum and Agile, people think about it not as a factory, not as a software factory like we talked about earlier in the week, but as a way of getting stuff done, delivering what you promised to the customer, and having time to relax the brain, enjoy your weekend, do some micro project. Like we're gonna do our little rocketry experiment this weekend with the kids. It's not crazy. It's just a little thing to do. It's not some elaborate event like I'm gonna build the world, right? But something small. And I love the sprints idea with doing family. So doing little things with the family, coming up with little projects every week and building on top of them, and see where you can go with that. So you don't have to do it all at once. Do a little piece at a time. Family enjoys it. Friends enjoys the time. And that's all I have for today. Okay? All right. Thank you all very much. And you have an awesome Friday. And for those here in the States, enjoy your holiday weekend. We will be live every day during the holiday weekend. Hopefully we'll show some videos, clips of us launching our rocket. That'd be pretty cool. And SpaceX did launch a silo yesterday. I caught back up on my YouTube episodes. So that was pretty good. So I recommend you all go check that out. Anyway, take care. Bye. See ya.